Right guys, I'm just going to do a video tonight, slightly different from what I personally did last week. Last week I did the one on the stiff leg deadlift, just some drills and stuff for that. Tonight I'm going to do some dumbbell pressing variations. The reason that we, Shreddy by Science, thought this would be a good idea is just basically because most people do just tend to put kind of your regular pressing in, just on a flat bench and on an incline, and using bilateral just with both arms. So it's quite nice to give you some kind of variations to put into your training potentially. To change things up for hypertrophy reasons, to get a different stimulus potentially, adding as a finisher, maybe you've got an injury through your shoulder or something that one of these variations might potentially help you with. So yeah, we thought it would be a reasonable idea for that reason. So the first, I'm just going to get, actually tonight I've got one of my clients, one of my one-to-one clients who's just going to help us out. Walid's just going to do some demonstrations for me just to make things a little bit more easy for me to actually describe while Walid's doing the exercise. So hopefully you find this beneficial. The first pressing variation I'm going to get Walid to demonstrate for me is just going to be a single arm dumbbell press. So for this you can see Walid's set up with his right arm with the dumbbell in his hand and the left arm up nice and straight. All he's going to do is let the dumbbell come down naturally as you would in a normal pressing variation, just down to the chest or down to your personal level of comfort. This is quite good because as you can see, just with one single dumbbell in the arm, it's actually pulling Walid to the side, so he's having to stabilise more through his core muscles. Obviously making the exercise slightly tougher. It's also quite good for shoulder stability, this one, as are most of the variations I'm going to give you tonight. Just if Walid does another 3 on the other arm, you can see nice and solid. What he's not wanting is to be pulled over to one side, and he's also wanting to keep that other arm nice and straight, just so it's nice and tall all the way through the exercise. This just gives him a little bit of counterbalance. And just bring that back to start now. The second dumbbell variation that we're going to do is I'm just going to get Walid to grab the other dumbbell, and all he's going to do for this one is just, similarly he's going to lie back a bit, and then he's going to press the dumbbells up for me, and then for this he's going to do one that's called a pause and go dumbbell press. So for this it's taken off a man called Nick Tuminelli. Nick's really good in the personal training industry for having loads of different variations and also having some really good programs out there. So if you've not checked out his stuff, check out his stuff. This is taken off a program of his. All Walid's going to do is hold one arm up and then he's going to drop down one and just do a normal press as you would normal pressing wise. Nice and simple like that. And as you can see with this one, because he's obviously got that one arm locked, his left arm just now, that's helping because he's got a lot of shoulder stability through that arm, while he's also getting the stimulus through his chest and his arm through this side. It's also quite good because he's being rotated round, so it's quite good for core stability, as was the first one. But it's mainly quite good, this one, for developing shoulder stability because you're having to maintain that position all the way through. So what Walid will do if you program this yourself is you would do the given reps for the one side, and then you would do the given reps for the other side. And it's quite good for helping imbalances, and it's also quite good for getting a different stimulus into your training for dumbbell pressing. The third variation that we're going to go into is just a neutral grip dumbbell press for this one. So the reason that neutral grip dumbbell pressing is quite good, if I get Walid to lie back for me. Neutral grip is just going to be with palms facing each other, because usually we do a pronated position. What I actually want Walid with this to do is just have palms facing all the way through, just so he's taking some stress off the shoulder and letting his elbows tuck down. It's also more tricep dominant in this one, just because of the position of the arm. And as I said, mainly it's quite good because it does take some stress off the humerus for people that have potentially shoulder problems or they've got a shoulder that sits forward all the time. This can be quite useful just because, as I said, it does take a little bit of stress off of that anterior shoulder capsule. Yeah, bring that back to the start. Perfect. And then the fourth variation that we're going to do is just going to be a dumbbell floor press variation. So for this, I'm going to get Walid to move the bench back a bit. And I'm just going to move over, I'm just going to move the camera down the way. And yeah, as I was saying guys, so with this one, what I'm going to get Walid to do is it's going to be a dumbbell floor press. I'm not sure if many of you have tried this one. It's really quite good for if you've got shoulder problems, just because you can't get your humerus right down into that position where it can potentially impinge slightly through the shoulder. All Walid's going to do, arms flat on the floor, and then he's just going to drive the dumbbells up. You can see because of obviously the floor being in the way, he can't get as much depth, and it's a really good exercise from that perspective for the chest, for the shoulders, and just for overall if you do have a tendency to get a little bit of trouble through the shoulder when you're doing the dumbbell shoulder press variations. And if you just relax them, then mark. Excellent. And yeah, I think that's the 4 variations that I did want to run over, guys. So it's nothing too complicated. A few of them you might have potentially seen before. You might have potentially seen none of them. So it's quite worth actually just trying them potentially to see if you enjoy the exercise, if it feels better, if you get a better stimulus out of it. So yeah, we had exercise number 1, which was just a single arm dumbbell press, one arm up without any weight in it, obviously doing each side. But the second exercise was the pause and go one. So you had both dumbbells up and you were doing one arm and maintaining that one with the dumbbell in it, and obviously doing the other side as well. Exercise number 3, which was the neutral grip one, palms facing each other. And then we had the 4th one, which we just explained, which was the floor press variation. And that's us tonight, guys. Thank you very much, and hopefully you find that useful, and I'll speak to you soon.